Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angelic and today we're going to be making a face cast. I'm so excited about this. I've wanted to do it for a long time just because I think it'll make it a lot easier to make prosthetic pieces for some of these outrageous looks that I do. So I'm going to tell you the things that we need to do this, and I'll also link everything in the bio for the exact products that I used. The first thing you need is craft wrap, Plaster of Paris, sandpaper. You can get like a low grit sandpaper, Vaseline, cooking spray, which I left downstairs. I'm gonna have to go grab some wood glue. You need a couple of bowls, like a big one and like a little smaller one for water. I'm using a plastic Dairy Queen spoon because I need something disposable to mix the Plaster of Paris with, and then also like a little plastic knife, that way I can just throw these away later. Am I the only one that like saves the Dairy Queen spoons? Like, I love these and they're so good if you have like a huge cup of coffee and you like want to mix it around in there. Like, this is perfect for a lot of things like that. Oh, and then also saran wrap. So I'm gonna go put some water in this bowl and grab my cooking spray and I'll be right back. This is what the craft wrap looks like. It's kind of thick, so I'm going to be cutting it into pieces. But before that, I'm going to prep myself. And I'm also going to take saran wrap and I'm going to wrap my hair so that plaster doesn't stick to my hair. Okay, so I'm taking a pretty big piece of saran wrap and I'm going to wrap my hair in it. I'm going to make sure I get down here, like where my sideburns are. I'm just going to clip it back there. I couldn't get my little sideburns in there, so I'm just going to Vaseline them, and I'm also going to Vaseline my eyebrows, what, like 5 eyebrow hairs I have. I did go to the nail salon today, so I kind of filled them in, like, kind of, sort of, a little tiny bit. So, I'm putting a pretty thick coat on there, and then I'm also going to do the same thing to these little hairs right here. And I'm doing a pretty thick coat because we're going to go ahead and put like a whole layer over our entire face, but it can just be like a thin layer. And anywhere else that you have like hair, like if you have a mustache or fuzzies or anything, I definitely recommend putting Vaseline over any of that because it's gonna make it hurt. Look, you can see where I just like rubbed my eyebrow off. I just literally used an eyebrow pencil today. I knew I was gonna be doing this later, so I didn't like try to like make them heavy duty. Okay, get around my eyes. So now I'm just going to take the craft wrap and I'm going to start cutting it into little strips so that I can apply it to my face easier. So just a bunch of little strips like this. So what you want to do is you want to dip it into your water, and then you're kind of just like wring some of the water out of it and let it get kind of pasty. So there we go. And then I'm just going to start sticking it on my face. You have to be careful because it does want to like kind of fold in on itself when it's wet. And then I just like to take my finger and smooth it over because I really want to make sure that it gets all of my features. So like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I mean, I watched tutorials on it and stuff, and like I looked up the face casting kits and stuff, and they're just so expensive. And this was the cheapest way that I could find and figure out how to do this. I'm gonna like look up to see how much all this stuff cost me total. I can give you like an estimate of like how much this would cost you to do. I'm not going to be able to talk after I do this part. Okay, so my camera shut off, but you just let that dry for 15 to 30 minutes, and then you want to start pulling it off very gently around the sides. If you move your face around inside of the mask, it kind of loosens the inside up for you, but around the edges, I didn't put enough Vaseline, and so it kind of stuck a little bit, but it didn't really hurt. It just took some finagling. So this is what it looks like inside. This is very like reminds me of like Michael Myers-ish. Now I'm just gonna take some more of that cloth and I'm going to apply it like over the eyes and the nose holes so that I have like a full cast. Next we're gonna fill up our mold with Plaster of Paris. So we're gonna do 2 parts Plaster of Paris and 1 part water. So I've just got this little bowl right here. I'm going to fill this up twice and pour it into a bigger bowl and then fill it up 1 time with water. Actually, I'm going to start off with 1 cup of this and then half a cup of water. Okay, so before I pour this in and activate it, what I'm going to do is, I can see little pieces of my hair in there that pulled out. My sideburns. Okay, so I'm gonna pour a little bit in there at first and work it in to the parts of the eyes, into the little details, the mouth, the nose, things like that. And then I'll work on pouring more. Actually, I'm gonna put this in that big bowl. So I have my creepy mold here. I'm gonna pour in the plastic. I have to spray the inside of it with cooking oil really well, especially in the eye details and stuff. And then I'm just going to start putting it in there. I'm going to take my knife and just use it to get into all the little fine details. I really think I put too much oil in there, so I'm just going to try to soak some of that up. Okay, and then I'm just going to start pouring it in there. I'm just going to pour a little bit at a time. And then I'm going to just pound it down in there. Honestly, I think this needs to be a little bit thicker. Okay, and then I'm definitely going to have to mix up more. And then I'm going to mix up 1 more batch, but just like half. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry for like an hour and then I'll come back and check on it. Okay, so it's been like an hour. I'm going to go ahead and try to take it. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. Holy crap. So you can feel it's like really, really warm. You like never want to put this stuff on your face. Like that is just, it gets like really hot. And if you get it on your skin, you need to wash it off. But this is what it looks like on the outside. This is what it looks like on the inside. I'm going to try to peel it out. I'm just going to take it very slowly. Oh my god, there it is. So I just have some little sculpting tools here. I'm just going to use that to try to smooth out some of it, and then I'll use some sandpaper for some of it as well. And you have to be very careful because this isn't like 100% dry yet. So I'm just going to like do it a little bit. I'm just gonna sand it to get like make it more smooth where it's got like some air bubbles and stuff. So this is what it looks like so far. It's very accurate. If you can tell, it's got my hooded eyes on there. It's even got my eye bags. Look at this. Can you see that? Oh my god. The only thing is that it didn't get like the tip of my nose. It's like kind of sunk in and like indented. So I'm going to mix up just a tiny bit of this stuff to try to fill that in. But it's even got like, I hate these. Right here. And it even got those, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, I'm gonna let this dry for 24 hours now, and then I'll come back and show you how I seal it up and all that good stuff. Surprise, surprise, I forgot to plug my mic in again. But anyways, what I'm saying here is it's the next day and I have let this dry overnight, but it's like morning and I'm gonna go ahead and paint the glue on it, sand it down a little bit and paint the glue on it, because I want to edit this video and upload it today. I was also saying that I will link all of the products that I use in the description box down below so that you can very easily find exactly what I used. So I put a layer of glue on there and totally forgot that I needed to sand it down a little bit more today. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just gonna sand it down some, kind of make it smoother, and then I'll go back and paint over it again with the glue. Okay, so I've just poured some of the glue in this little bowl, and then I'm just gonna take some and I'm gonna apply like a thin layer all over. Then I'm just going to take this little fan, and this takes 24 hours to like completely dry down, but I want the surface of it to be dry enough to where I can add another layer. Well, it's dry to the touch, so I'm going to add another layer of glue. So this is what it looks like after it's glued or the glue is painted on it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and end the video here because it does take like 24 hours for this to bond and settle and like completely dry down. But I'm not going to like film that part because it's going to look exactly the same. It might have like a little bit more of a yellowish tint to it because of the glue drying. But I want to go ahead and edit this video and upload it today, so I'm not going to like wait until tomorrow to like film the final result, because this is still what it's going to look like as the final result. Okay, so anyways, remember that I've put all the links to everything you need down in the description box below. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.